that both the 4th of July and Hanukkah represent the movement for the achievement of religious freedoms for which people had to fight for. And when freedoms are important, number 2, we have to be willing to fight for them. And number 3, when people are willing to fight for things that they believe in, then God helps them to succeed. If you're just going to go ahead and say, well, God, it's your problem, and you sit down and do nothing, then nothing's going to happen. There was a man who decided he was going to do something about the tyranny of the Greeks. A lot of people would say, well, he's just like ISIS. No. He was in a period of time which is totally different. The Greeks wanted to dominate. They wanted to influence the way we thought, the way we behaved. They wanted to change the way we lived. And they refused to accept the fact that people could have different ideas. And there was a tyrant who felt that he could impose this on us. And there was one person who said no, together with his children, made a revolution. And they were always outnumbered. Sometimes they had about 800 soldiers fighting 20,000. Now, how does that work? So obviously God's hand was there. But one of the very fascinating parts about it is that he used a story in the Torah to help him defeat the Greeks. Do you know what he did? 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 I'll tell you. He had them light campfires at the edge of the military camp. And the Greeks said, aha, they're over there. And then he took his soldiers and went around the mountain. And as the Greeks came up to the camp was empty. And he hit them from the back. And they scattered. He was outnumbered more than 20 to 1. And he absolutely creamed the Greeks. So he used, who was the first one to do that was Yeshua. He was the first one to use that tactic. And so, taking a page from the Torah helped win a war. And so, if we take a page from the Torah, and the page from the Torah is Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Can we have a repeat?
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
This to heart, that there is only one God, and it's the God of the entire world. And the God of the entire world is a God of compassion, a God of love. Yes, there is judgment. Yes, there is law. But as Rabbi Akiva said, if I would be in charge of the high court, they would never execute anybody, because the Torah law, even though it's a law, has to be tempered with love and compassion. And with that lesson, we can defeat anyone. But we have to be able to engage them in a discussion. So our job is to bring the message, not just of religious freedom and tolerance, but this idea that God is one, but God is a God of love and compassion. I once made a video for my Arab brothers, for my Islamic brothers, and I said to them that when the Messiah comes, we all believe in a Messiah. They believe in an Imam, but it's a Messiah. All the dead will rise, including our father. We call him Avraham. They call him Ibrahim. And Ibrahim will rise. And Ibrahim will look at what they do. What do you think his reaction is going to be? So guess what they told me? They told me, we kill you. But anyway, we have to engage them, and engage them with truth, and engage them with the idea that God is one God, but a God of mercy. And with that, we're going to start lighting the Hanukkah menorah. Hanukkah menorah represents the light of freedom, the light of truth, the light of wisdom. And we have, do we have our helpers? You're a helper of mine, yeah? Come here. Can we have the song of the brachas?
I got it. Excuse me, I gotta get to the